I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I actually kind of like that Rorschach is Freddy on that one. Those are okay to remake. You know, yeah. It's like I'm a big Friday the 13th fan, but they remade Friday the 13th, and it wasn't that great. But it's like, who cares? It's Friday the 13th. You know, they've already made when you do 8 sequels, you know, any integrity that franchise had is out the window pretty much. When Jason goes into space, it's done. But yeah, I have so many movies that I just really love that it's kind of hard to say, you know, what would be, you know, my favorite or top favorites. I mean, and it's all over the place too. Like I just said, oh, my favorite movie is To Kill a Mockingbird. I love Friday the 13th, you know. So.
What about animated movies?
Animated movies. I really like that Princess Mononoke movie. You guys seen that? What's the guy's name? The director? Miyazaki, yeah. I really liked that. I loved that. What's the other one he did? Spirited Away. That was so weird. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, there's just too many talking and singing animals in American stuff, though. Yeah. Yeah. Other questions?
Did you ever do a Friday the 13th?
It was funny. I actually thought, you know, it'd be funny of Jason meets Goon. Yeah, that would actually be a really funny comic. But I actually did. I did some covers to the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash comic. That's probably as close as I'm going to get to that. I don't really. It's not killing me to draw a Jason comic.
Disabled guy who falls in a river full of old Indian, Native American souls, going to a corpse of some disabled kid, and then blows up and gets a hot message.
Was that? Yeah. Probably. I'm surprised I didn't already do that. Yeah. Any other questions? So yeah, I'll tell you guys a little bit about what I'm working on now. Then I probably should have started off that way, but anyway. I'm doing a comic called Chimichanga right now. It's late because I was sick for a lot of February and it really screwed up my schedule. But number 2 should be out within like a couple of weeks. And then the third one will be out shortly after that. And then we're going into, like I said, a Buzzard miniseries. Kind of takes Buzzard on his own kind of thing outside of the Goon. And we're also doing backups in Buzzard of Billy the Kid's Old Timey Oddities. I don't know if you guys know of that. It was a series that Kyle Holtz and I did a few years back, and we're bringing it back, but we're going to do some backups in Buzzard that will lead directly into another Billy the Kid's Oddities series. And while that's coming out, I'll be back on the Goon too, so you will have more Goon stuff coming out. With a guest, one of the first issues I'm doing when I come back has a guest writer that I'm really excited about, so it's a pretty crazy script and fun. So, huh?
Initials of the guest.
Man, it'll be too easy to guess. It's funny though. I'll just say that it's funny. So, you have a question?
Yes. I was just wondering, out of curiosity, the Goon movie, what type of animation will it be?
It's going to be CG. Blur is a computer animated company, so. And the stuff looks great. I don't think anything is online yet other than some stills. There are a couple of stills online of Goon and Frankie. But we showed a little bit of test stuff at San Diego last year. And it looks really good. I'm really really, really happy with it. So there's no release date yet. We're still working on test stuff, and it's still in the early stages, even though it's been a while. So it's a lot of hurry up and wait. So it took Hellboy 5 years. That's all I keep telling myself. It took Hellboy 5 years. So, yeah.
Chance to trail it?
I don't know. It depends on how quickly a studio attaches itself. Because basically that's where we're at. You know, they're working on a lot of test stuff, and we just have to get the studio attached and get everything, you know, in line. And then as soon as that happens, they can set a production schedule and hopefully come up with a release date. Anybody? Anyone? No? He's got one. Hold on a second. Let him get you the mic there. Run!
Thanks. I was just wondering how you deal with deadlines, if it's unnerving or
Yeah.
yeah.
It's tough, especially when you're self-employed and you work from your home. It's very easy to put things off. You know, oh, the new episode of something's on TV. You know, you have to stay disciplined. You know, and set a quota for yourself every day that you have to stick to. And you know, like I said, I'd just gotten sick in February for like 3 weeks straight, and I'm the only one working on my books, you know, so every day that something falls behind a little bit more, it affects everything after that. So it's nerve-wracking. It is very stressful, but you know, I can't bitch too much because everybody else has to get up and work a real job, and I get to sit at home and draw comic books, so it's like I'd be a jerk to say that, you know. So, yeah. Other questions? What's the weirdest thing everybody saw at the show this weekend?
Do you work by yourself, or do you have assistants helping you out?
I do all the comic stuff myself. I mean, recently we just started, you know, like with when we did the Goon Year thing and did the monthly series. Dave Stewart came on to do colors, but other than that, I was doing everything. I do have someone who helps me, you know, with mailing stuff and maintain the website and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm doing everything.
Since you do everything alone, do you have a preference to to follow a storyline compared to art, or are you more art-based when you make your comic books?
Well, naturally, I tend to give more emphasis on the art, you know, but I consider it one thing, you know. I mean, if I'm drawing a panel or something, I'm always thinking of how to give the person some character. It's like, what are they, you know, feeling in this panel? So I have to convey that through the visual, you know, which I prefer. I really think that in comics, if you can tell the story visually and use less words, that's better, you know. I think it's more of a visual medium. So I try to tell a story through the pictures rather than through the words, but I also like dialogue, so, you know. So I kind of try to keep them hand in hand, you know. So,
If you were to describe the Goon with one word, which word would it be?
pie.
Pie.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it.